Hey there, it's early November, probably one of the last nice days we're gonna have for a while, so I figured I'd take y'all for a little walk around the property, show you what's left in the garden, show you where I'm gonna view the salmon as soon as they show up in a few weeks, and we'll just kind of poke around, see what we've got going on. So summer started really late for us this year. It was, geez, I think it was really July before I felt like the tomatoes were actually gonna make it. And it wasn't until this past weekend that I actually pulled up all the tomato plants. I cleared out the beans and what else did I do? I put some panels away and whatnot. So real quick, this is where we are. So peppers are still in the beds. I've got paprika here. These are paprika peppers. And I'll dry these and then grind them up, and I'll have paprika for the year, and I'll make some hot shakies. What do you call those? Red pepper flakes. This is Tabasco. I think they're probably supposed to be a little bigger than this. I don't know that I'm gonna be able to call this a success, but we'll see. I might be able to just throw them in some vinegar or something like that and give it to somebody who likes hot stuff like that. These are all the jalapenos here. Some green ones still. They didn't get real big, but they're fine. And then these are serranos, these plants. This guy that's laying over here is a serrano plant. More serranos. These are my cayenne. And then finally we have a shishito plant here. So that's that. This was where I had all my pole beans, so I pulled out the good mother Stollards and the succotash beans. I had 2 zucchini plants. Kind of was thinking that this one might survive, so figured I'd leave it in a little bit longer. But I took all the panels down, got everything put away. Dogs are really excited about this. I need to cover this bed. This is where the lettuce was this year. And I cover it like this. I just put some landscape fabric down on top. This was the tomato bed. I've pulled up all the tomatoes in the panels and just need to pull out these bell peppers when I decide it's time to bring them in, which is probably any day now. And it was just not a good year for peppers, for the sweet bell peppers. This is it. Got some cauliflower growing here. Got that blanching underneath a pair of pantyhose. This is the celery. It was a really dry year, and I don't like to overwater. I try not to water much at all, actually. So this didn't do as well as I would have liked, but that's okay. So lots of celery here. This is a cabbage that needs to be brought in. It's starting to grow out of itself. Starting to split a little. So big cabbage, a couple little ones there, and then I've got some leeks here. These 2 are already put to bed. This bed, see, I learned something this year. This bed is where the onions were. And that means this season I need to plant onions here, but this is all my cold weather stuff. So I think I may end up just leaving these and putting cold weather, or putting my onions back over here this year and just rotating that way. I haven't decided yet. I may just pull all this up if we get a frost here in the next couple days. Blueberries. This was where the potatoes were. That was another potato patch over there, and that was the pumpkin patch. And then I gotta clear all this dill out. I just pulled up the last cucumbers, and you can see the carrots in here. Carrots are fine to leave in place. I didn't do a good job of thinning this year. They're fine to leave for some after a frost. In fact, they get sweeter after a frost. So lots of carrots Lots of dill. I think I'm probably going to pull up dill this week. So that's that. What else have I gotten done this week? Pulled up all the pumpkins. Need to pull those vines out and then till it all in. And then I've disconnected all of the barrels and emptied them and then inverted them. So the spout's up here on top, and the opening by which I usually fill is at the bottom. That way they don't get water in them and crack if there's a freeze. So let's go for a little walk. I need to put all these panels back behind that shed. Ooh, come check out this tree. Need to do some raking, and I'll put that over the, I'll put these leaves over the onions and garlic once I plant them later this month. It's the Japanese maple. And this is one of my favorite views in the fall here. I don't know what kind of trees these are, but it just makes me happy to see them all bright and orange and green, which is Betty and Cash's colors, so that's kind of fun. Didn't plan it, but hey, it worked out. And then just look at these leaves. Just walking in leaves makes me happy. Just want to stand here in the leaves. So yeah, I'll use these in the garlic and onion beds after I plant the garlic and onions. This is Rusty. Rusty, my squirrel. I don't know why I'm showing you that because I'm a dork, but that's Rusty. Let's go see what's going on at the creek. And so these are all the blackberries along the bottom of these two trees. Done a pretty good job of keeping them back this year. Last time I was out here, the creek at this end had some water in it. It flows this direction. So this end had some water flowing, but on Saturday I was able to stand in the dry creek bed down at this end. So let's go check out what we got here. It looks about the same. There's some water in there. Not a lot. We just got a notification today for some local flood warnings, so it's possible that we'll have something in the next couple days. So that's about, I don't know, 4 feet down from the edge of this grass here down to the creek bed. I'll have to come out again in a couple weeks and take some video. There's a heron that comes out here a lot in the winter time that usually kind of hangs out right about here if it's up on the grass, and then if it's down in the water or near the water, kind of on the edge here. It'll come around these places. I can't really see it from the house, but sometimes I'll see it land and then just know that it's out here and keep my eyes open. Not because I have to, but it's just kind of nice. This is, I think, probably one of the deepest parts of the creek here. At least in the last few years it has been. Gets a pretty good turn down here, and then this just fills up before it see, it narrows quite a bit down here. So this kind of pools up a little bit, gets pretty deep, and then water goes down. This log here is where the eagles will typically hunker down when they found something to eat, so often find salmon pieces around here in the winter, and always creeped out by stepping around here, but that's okay. Go up a little further. I think this is the trail I've been blazing this year right here. So, more of the creek. See some horses in the distance there. So that's about it, folks. Hope you've enjoyed this little walk. We'll do another one. Well, definitely if it snows, why not, right? And hopefully if we won't have too much rain, I can do another one in a couple weeks.